Hey there, and welcome back to TK Civics. So in my last video, I mentioned that if you've ever thought about starting a YouTube channel, that you probably should, especially if you were Gen X. But it really applies to everyone. But in this video, I want to tell you why you shouldn't tell anyone. Not your friends, not your family, not anyone else. Just like this new channel that I'm starting right here. I haven't told anyone about this channel. And the reason is pretty simple, because most people really don't care. Sure, even if they care about you, when it comes to starting a YouTube channel, people don't care. You can consider it like being rich versus poor. When you're poor, no one really cares. But if you're rich, all of a sudden, everyone wants to be your friend. And that's very similar to YouTube. If you have a YouTube channel, but no one's watching, no one cares. But with enough practice and work and effort, if your YouTube channel becomes popular, then everybody's gonna care. And think of it from this perspective. You don't want people's feedback, especially in the beginning. Because the fact of the matter is, you're probably going to stink at it. It's already hard to create a YouTube channel and to be able to record on video, edit, do thumbnails, publish content, and have the courage and everything else that it takes. And it's not like, a lot of people think they want to get exposure, so you might post it on Instagram or Facebook. Don't waste your time. Those things have very little impact unless you already have influence and you already have reach. If you're starting a new channel, you're just simply not going to be able to manipulate the algorithm to get you views. And you need to think about it like this. When you're starting a new channel, you're basically in school. You're just in a learning phase. Most likely the YouTube algorithm is not going to even give you that many impressions. So you're not going to get many views, and that's already going to feel disheartening. But don't take that personally. If YouTube is not sharing your videos with any impressions, that doesn't mean your videos are terrible. It just means that the YouTube algorithm hasn't figured out who your audience should be, and that takes time, and that's okay. But you should still focus on creating really informative, engaging content or teaching people something new. You might think by telling people about your YouTube channel, it'll give you motivation. And some people might, but I really wouldn't worry about it, because most of the people that you're going to tell know very little about being a YouTube creator. So they're not the people you really want to connect with and get support from. If you really want support, the best place to find support is on Reddit, on the subreddit New YouTubers. Those will be the people going through the same things that you are, and they'll be able to share their experiences. So you want to connect with other people who are trying to do the same thing as you. And you also need to keep in mind, there are different stages of being a YouTube creator. In fact, there are about 5 stages of, just because you're creating content on YouTube doesn't mean you're Mr. Beast and you're a full-time professional YouTube creator. You are not. In the beginning, you're just in school. If you're getting less than 1,000 views a month, you're simply just in school. And you're just someone who's dabbling in YouTube and trying to figure out if it'll work for you. Then the next stage is the hobby stage. If you're starting to get about 10,000 views, and you shouldn't think about subscribers. Subscribers mean very little in today's YouTube world. It's all about views. You can have a lot of subscribers and not get that many views, or you could have very few subscribers and your videos can blow up. So subscribers is the wrong way to think about it. Even though it's still important and you should try and still ask for subscribers, it's not the metric you want to focus on. So once you get to 10,000 views, you can start thinking about it as a hobby. And speaking of hobbies are probably the best things to communicate with on your YouTube channel. So if you're not sure what your YouTube channel should be about, if you're a subject matter expert in anything or a hobby, those are great places to start about the type of content you want to share on YouTube. And then there's stage 3. If you're getting about 100,000 views a month or more, now you have yourself a small side hustle, and you're probably starting to reach the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to actually monetize your YouTube channel. And that's a pretty big accomplishment because most people never get there. And then it becomes a small side hustle because you can start actually making money on ads. And depending on your niche, some people might start approaching you to do sponsorships in your videos. But don't mistake a small side hustle as being a full-time YouTube creator. You are not. You'll be making $10, $20, $50, $100, and that's probably all. Stage 4 is when your monthly views get over 100,000 and more like 500,000 to 1 million, because at that point, you're more like an intern. You're actually making some money, maybe $1,000 a month, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe even a little bit more. It doesn't mean you're a professional yet. You're certainly not a professional full-time YouTuber, but now you're well on your way to becoming an intern. And now you just have to level up to becoming a full-time YouTube creator. So by stage 4, you've learned a lot about YouTube. You're learning how to do everything well. You probably have a really nice process, and now you need to scale. And that's stage 5, where you become an actual full-time YouTube creator. Now, those stages won't happen quickly. For most people, it'll take many years, and that's just how it rolls. Becoming a YouTube creator is not some get-rich overnight scheme. It takes a long time to build up trust in your audience and for YouTube to find your audience. But those are the stages of YouTube. And that's why you shouldn't tell anybody about your YouTube channel, because it's not that easy. It's something that you have to commit to, and motivation by friends and family, that's just a fleeting emotion, and that's not going to sustain you through 6 months, a year, or many years of work and effort. And then probably the most important aspect of not telling anyone is, since those people really can't help you scale and grow, what you're dealing with is the most organic method of product market fit. When you're creating content, YouTube is finding your audience. You don't need to be distracted by other people who don't know much about YouTube, who are suggesting things you should do. And that will probably, in most cases, throw you off course. What you're looking for is product market fit. And that just means an audience that cares about what you have to offer and the content you're providing. And it's highly unlikely anyone you know can help you do that. And it's that product market fit from an audience of people that you don't know. When the content you're delivering to them truly resonates with those people, that's what you're looking for. That's the fulfillment that you will get out of YouTube. It's not some fake satisfaction that you'll get from someone complimenting. When you get a stranger in your comments who really appreciates some of the content that you've delivered, that's when you'll feel the true fulfillment that YouTube can offer. Come up with a niche and a hobby or whatever it might be, and try and be consistent and put up content regularly, and then try and evaluate that content using the metrics, and most important, using the feedback you get from other people that you don't know. And those are my reasons that I really wholeheartedly believe it's much better off for your mental well-being to not tell anyone that you're starting a YouTube channel. So if you're starting a channel, join the New YouTubers subreddit and use that as your support group. And before I sign off, there's an expression that I often repeat, and it's mature people ask for what they want. And someday on this channel, I would like to go viral as well and grow a very large audience to impact our world in a meaningful way using civics, which is the intersection between society and government. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.